Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. Double Star of the Assault was released January 21st, 2023 and has a strong focus on fusion monsters, with new cat fusions, pyro fusions, dragon fusions, and a new fusion archetype, Sky Saviors. This set introduces 2 new anime characters. Alex will be taking the Great King of Terror, the Lug, who introduces TheDrAlex, a 2500 attack, normal dragon monster, and the material needed to make the TheDrAlex Star, a 3300 attack, high dragon, that if you control 2 or more normal monsters with the same name in your graveyard, lets you send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard for its multi-choice effect. Either 2 monsters with the same name on your field get to attack twice, or special summon 2 normal monsters with the same name from your graveyard. He also introduces Double Ray Dragons, a 2800 attack, high dragon, that if you only have dragon and high dragons engraved, can pay 500 life points for its multi-choice effect. Either 1 face-up normal monster can attack twice, or set 1 fusion from your graveyard. Because Alex has Manabu, he gets Alchemicalized Salamandra, a 3000 attack pyro monster that during the main phase it was summoned, can destroy all spell and trap cards, and weaken opponent's monsters by 1000 per card destroyed. He also gets Melel, the beautiful flame spirit of the lamp, a 2800 attack pyro monster that can draw 1 card and show it. If it's a pyro monster, you can special summon a level 8 or lower pyro from the graveyard. And Chromatographicus, a level 7 2500 attack pyro normal monster. Since Alex has Rovian, he gets Markvio, the ultimate Aria, a 2400 attack psychic monster that has the continuous effect to gain attack equal to the number of equipped cards equipped to it, and the number of normal monsters on your opponent's field, times 500. Since Alex has Weejo, he gets Voidvelger Protostar, a 2400 attack Dark Galaxy monster that can add a level 4 or lower Galaxy monster from grave to hand, and if you have Dark Hole in your graveyard, special summon a level 8 monster from the graveyard. Alex will also be taking the unaffiliated Guilford package from this set, none of which can be special summoned. Guilford the Legend is a 2600 attack warrior monster that during the turn it's summoned, can equip up to 3 equip spells from your grave to warriors you control. Guilford Rising is a 2500 attack warrior monster that during the turn it was summoned, can shuffle 2 warriors from grave to deck and make up to 3 attacks on monsters. Finally, Guilford the Lightning is a new legend monster, 2800 attack, and can be tribute summoned using 3 monsters to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. I will be taking Neanderstar, who introduces Dark Eyes Breakstar Cat, a 2200 attack beast that can send the top 2 cards of the deck to grave to inflict piercing damage, and if done on the turn it was summoned, can destroy 1 face-up level 7 or 8 monster. She also brings Catclaw Girl, a 2200 attack warrior monster that can place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck to special summon a beast type monster with 200 defense from your graveyard, and if you summon a normal monster, you can set fusion from the grave. Catclaw Girl is a material for 2 new fusion monsters. Starcat Strania is a 2900 attack beast warrior that can send a card from field to grave to weaken a monster by 2200 attack, and if you sent a normal monster with 200 defense, you can destroy 1 spell trap. And Starcat Destroynia is a 2900 attack beast warrior that can shuffle 2 monsters with 200 defense from grave to deck to special summon 2 monsters with 200 defense and the same level from grave, and if you special summon normal monsters, those special summon monsters gain 2200 attack. Since I have Yuhi, I get Jointech Templatesaurus, a 2300 attack machine that can discard 1 card to change an attack position monster to defense and lower its defense by 2000. I will be taking the new Sky Savior archetype, which is based around fusing warriors and fairies into celestial warriors. Solcier the Sky Savior Light Flash is a 2200 attack celestial warrior that can place 1 card from your field to the bottom of your deck for its multi-choice effect. Either destroy 1 spell trap for every celestial warrior you control, or add Sky Savior symbol from grave to hand. Altiera the Sky Savior Transience is a 2600 attack celestial warrior that has the continuous effect to stop your opponent from activating normal spell cards, except fusion. Dig Race, the Sky Savior Radiance, is a 2700 attack Celestial Warrior that can mill 1 for its multi-choice effect to either gain 1000 attack for each Celestial Warrior you control, or make 2 attacks on monsters. Druckmore, the Sky Savior Phantom, is a 2900 attack Celestial Warrior that has the continuous effect that face-up cards on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Finally, I will be taking Transami Road Rhynak, since due to our rules, only I can legally summon it, since only I have access to Seven's Road Magician. Transami Road Rhynak is a 2900 attack Galaxy monster that can mill 1 to special summon 1 Galaxy type normal monster from grave and make all Galaxy monsters you control gain attack equal to the number of different attributes in both players' graveyards, times 300. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Spellcasters, but with a bit of a twist. So we have our new boss monster, a fusion card that is actually a Galaxy monster, but usually Alex would get all the Galaxy monsters, but he is not able to actually summon this, and we are following our character draft rules. So I have Seven's Road Magician, and Alex has the level 7 and higher Galaxy type monsters, but Transami Rhynak is not level 7 or higher, which means this is actually a me card. So Transami Road Rhynak is a fusion between Rhynak and Seven's Road Magician. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Special summon a Galaxy type normal monster from your graveyard. That will always just be Transami Rhynak because we do not have any other normal Galaxy types. Then you can make all face-up Galaxy type monsters in your field gain attack equal to the number of different attributes in both players' graveyard times 300 till the end of the turn. So the basic Seven's Road Magician effect, except it works on him and our Transami Road Rhynak. So we get kind of double the effect, which is pretty cool. I think the plan is to try and just get this combo going, just fusion summon it, bring back the Transami Road Rhynak, use the effect, pump both of them to be big, and try and just slap Alex for a ton of damage. That is the core concept. But the rest of the deck is still a good spellcaster core. Obviously, this is going to be revolving around the trap card Dark Revelation, one of the most powerful traps in the game, something that we get 3 copies of. So just being able to keep this card in rotation is usually the spellcaster's primary win condition. So we're on 3 Fire Sorcerer, 3 Destroyer of Dragon Sorcerers. This will give our spellcasters protection from trap cards, as well as keep recycling our Dark Revelation. We have the 3 Seven's Road Magician, the best spellcaster monster, arguably. Boosts itself and is obviously half of our fusion. We are on the 3 Seven's Road Witch. This is half of another fusion and is also a great way to get out Seven's Road Magician and Destroyer of Dragon Sorcerers. We're on 3 Philian Dwarf as our Earth spellcaster. It also mills us, which is pretty good, and it can put spells from Alex's graveyard back in the deck, which can be relevant depending on what he's on. We're on 3 Mystic Dealer. This is just filtering. 3 Amazing Dealer, again, amazing filtering, and also part of another fusion in Splendid Floormaster. This might actually come up. We are on 2 copies of Whispering Fairy. The reason we've gone for Whispering Fairy is because it can discard cards from our hand, which can be relevant if we feel like we're bricking, and the other wind attribute card we have shuffles cards from our graveyard back into our deck, which is something we do not want to be doing with this deck. Ideally, we want to be keeping all of the spellcasters in our graveyard for our Dark Revelation and our Dragon Sorcerers effects. So we're on 2 Ship of the 7 Treasures. We're on 6 level 7 monsters, so this should have hopefully enough targets, but worst case scenario, we can just discard any monster and then just draw the 1 card instead of the 2. We're on 1 copy of Starry Start. This will hopefully get back our Transami Road Rhynak and our fusion, so we can just pull off our fusion plays. 3 fusions because it's a fusion deck. We're on 3 copies of Magical Stream to put back row. Monster Reborn because it's a fusion deck. Typically Monster Reborn is usually one of the best ones because you can either bring back the powerful fusion monster you've already summoned or bring back half of the fusion for the graveyard like Seven's Road Magician. The 3 Dark Revelation because it's bonkers, and on the 1 Magic Cylinder. This card is kind of funny, and I feel like we might be able to steal a game with it just by getting like a big like 2500 blast to Alex's face. So for the extra deck, we are on the Master of Seven's Road. This is not going to get its major effect because we are not on that many darks, but it will still get big-ish. And that's kind of all we really need it to do. Splendid Floormaster is just pay 600 life points, toss a coin. If the result is heads, draw 2. If the result is tails, draw 1. So this is always going to be useful if we find that we just have a bunch of amazing dealers and just kind of not doing anything. Then for the side deck, we are on 3 Magic Mirror Youth. We just couldn't really find room for this in the deck, and we already have the light in Transami Road Rhynak, so we didn't feel like we needed it. We're on the 3rd Whispering Fairy in case we feel like we have too many spell traps. We can just put some of these cards in and then sort out the ratios a little bit. We are on 2 Ghost Cyclone in case we feel like we need extra back row destruction. Star Restart again for consistency. We're on the 2 Road Arm 7's Lance. This is in here again in case Alex is on like a lot of back row that can destroy our monsters. We just want a way to be able to get at him. We're on a new equipped spell, Road Arm Sword Breaker. So you can only have one of this on the field, but the equipped monster gains attack equal to the number of equipped spells on the field times 1000, cannot be destroyed by traps. So this card is a bit wonky because I feel like you only really want to play this with a bunch of other equipped spells. But I don't really want to be loading up with tons of equipped spells in the deck, so it would be good if Alex is on a lot of equipped spells. I feel like one of these should probably give piercing, but I understand you don't want to give a massive amount of attack and piercing at the same time, so it's understandable. Then we're on 2 copies of Darkness Road. This is a bit tricky, but it can make our high-level spellcaster monsters big enough to threaten Alex's board, depending on what he's on. And then we're on 2 copies of Crisis at the Sacred Tower, because this is just a good generic trap that could just flip monsters face down. So this is the deck. Again, we're feeling pretty confident. Spellcasters have been one of our stronger decks in the past, but we know that Alex has a lot of very powerful new cards that he has access to, so we'll have to see how the game goes. But let's fire into the game and see what Alex is on. But yeah, new set, always very exciting. We have a lot of new toys to play with, which is something we don't get like super often. So whenever we do, it's always good to like make the most of it, I guess. And we have a lot of kind of fusion shenanigans going on in this set, which is, I guess it's a good and a bad thing, because having fusion stuff again, or like a lot of stuff that primarily focuses on fusions, it's fun to mix it up. But I don't know if I prefer fusion decks, or I guess pure fusion decks, over like regular Rush decks, because they feel like they don't quite play in the same way. I don't know if you feel the same or not.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. There is definitely a different playstyle with the pure fusion.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that when you're playing Rush, I feel like you have very limited spell and trap spots in the deck. And when you're playing a fusion deck, it's like, well, 3 of these are now fusion. And then it's like, well, if I'm using a normal monster in that fusion, I probably want to be using like Star Restart. And then it's like, well, how many slots is that taking? Is that 3 slots? Is that 6 slots? Is that anything in between? And then that means like if you need your spell and trap removal, that's like another 3 slots. And then if you want some traps, that's another 3 slots. And then it's like, well, now I don't get to play with any of like the fun toys that the in-archetype has as like kind of like supports. So it's a bit weird. I guess the big thing is consistency. I feel like there isn't really a super consistent fusion deck. Like, how many games have we played where we've like, I've got 2 set cards. Oh, what were your 2 set cards at the end of that game? Yeah, they were both fusion. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but saying that, we do have the new archetype Sky Savior, which looks like it's trying to be a more consistent fusion archetype. So it'll be really interesting to see how that deck performs. You know, maybe that'll be today, maybe that'll be in the future, but outside of that, I'm sure we'll be seeing some sort of fusion shenanigans. I think the only... Was it every support fusion except for the Earth Warrior stuff? The, like, Guildford, Gearfried stuff? I think that stuff doesn't have a fusion.
No, they don't.
But yeah, so depending on what we're on, we might be seeing some fusion battles. But shall we hop on in and see what we're both on?
Yeah, let's go.
Wow. Alright.
I will go second.
Okay. You like going second, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question becomes, what am I doing with this hand? I have a play. I have a couple of plays. How deep do we go, though? Alright, let's do this. This is a bit funky, but I want to get things going. So I'm going to normal summon Amazing Dealer. Now, you might be thinking, oh man, he's playing Amazing Dealer again in a non-spellcaster deck, but we're on spellcasters.
You're on spellcasters, nice.
So, as you might also notice, I'm on a Galaxy monster.
Oh, you're using that fusion.
Well, we're going to give it a crack. The problem is that it needs a lot of moving pieces to get going. So for now, we're just going to kind of do this. Pass the turn. My alternative play was just to kind of summon Seven's Road and then mill a little bit and then don't do anything, which maybe was okay, but I don't like ending on just Seven's Road 2100 attacker. I was hoping to get something better. Ooh,
I'm
okay.
on Dark Galaxy.
I think this is undefeated for you, so this will be an uphill struggle for me. One card from your hand to the graveyard. Change one face-up monster in your opponent's field to face-down defense position. Yeah, could you change Amazing Dealer to defense, please? That'd be great. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, 3,000 direct. Haha, but I have face-down cards. They don't do anything. Can you guess what they are?
Are they all fusion?
No.
Or fusion related?
Maybe. Okay. Well, I think we have to do this either way. We'll activate the effect.
Regular dealer.
This hand is less than ideal. Let's put it that way. And I guess we'll flip summon this. I don't know if that's worth doing. Probably just to get cards out of my hand. Ugh, it feels so gross though. It feels so gross. Alright. Are you ready? We're going to activate Star Restart because otherwise I just have to pass the turn. We're keeping this. Are we keeping this? We're getting rid of one of these. Probably... Oh, this is tricky. I think we're getting rid of this. To special summon Cimo Rhinoc. We'll then fire down the magical stream and pop this. Hey! I think we're going to set this and then just pass the turn.
Okay. A Dark Prophet.
This is
Activate its effect.
This is the fusion starter, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Get my fusion back.
No. I don't know what it fuses with, is the problem. I know it has a new fusion, and I know that
Avoid
it
the
fuses with...
Gobble.
Okay.
Fusion.
So it's the two weaker ones. So it still makes a level 9. Okay, but it's a weak level 9.
There's no point in adding level 4 to my hand.
Unless you're going to summon it.
I will. Lights.
Okay.
Tribute for the new 5-star.
So this is Black Dwarf. During the turn you normal summon this card, special summon a level 4 Dark Attribute Galaxy normal monster from your graveyard. Okay, so it's like a stepping stone, right? If you have just one monster and this, you can get into a 2 tribute monster. Okay.
Activate Elysium. That face down defense.
Okay.
Go to battle. And
okay. Well, obviously your guy can't be destroyed by traps, but the other ones can.
ooh.
So we'll dump our graveyard back into our deck. Take the 2k. We're losing a lot of life points here, which is not ideal. Ah, this hand is also not ideal. We have some form of play. So we will normal summon Amazing Dealer, activate the effect. We're going to pitch... I actually think the correct play might be to pitch this. Oh, this is tricky, depending on what I draw. I suppose if I draw it doesn't matter, so we'll get rid of this. Okay, this works out. So we'll flip summon this. We will tribute 2 and summon out the 7's Rogue Magician. Fire off the effect.
Oh.
Fusion! Combine our 2 monsters together to create Cimo Rhinoc. He's pretty cool. Alright, we're going to do this, I think. We'll normal summon Philian Dwarf. Activate its effect. Mill a couple of cards. Yeah, sure, you can have your fusion back.
Thanks.
We'll then activate Rhinoc effect to bring back other Rhinoc. Boost their attack up. So now that we've got an extra element in the graveyard, this is doing 16, 28, 56 is what we currently have. So that's not going to do enough. I think we're going to just activate Ship of the 7 Treasures, discard and draw 2. Set a back row, go to battle. We will attack over with Rhinoc, attack directly with other Rhinoc, and then get in with 12. And then you're going to draw Dark Hole, and I'm going to be upset.
Unfortunately not. I'm going to draw one normal summonable monster.
But do you have your black
Cry.
dwarf?
Nope.
'Cause this would have been the perfect time for it.
Well, a gunman.
You're gonna burn me. Ooh,
Pop your macro.
it's a good hit.
Pitch. Not pitch, it's reveal.
Yeah.
Make your dude light.
Now they're all light. Oh boy.
Void Phalanx.
That's not a huge boost. Cannot be destroyed against track card effects. Text defense must be piercing. Okay. That's not a bad one though. You know, everyone always loves piercing on their equip spells. Well, you don't have anything, right? So how much damage have I got? That's 15 plus 16.
Yeah, lethal on board.
I wanted to make sure that if I was about to spin wheels, it was for a reason, right? Otherwise, I would just go to combat and attack. That was the problem there.
You first.
And you love making me go first, don't you? Well, we're definitely setting this either way. I mean, I have to get cards out of my hand, right? No matter what. So, summon, summon, tribute 2 into Seven's Road, fire off Seven's Road, then pass the turn on that. So close to that 4.
A stray gunman.
Aha, it was bluff.
That's fine.
That's the Requiem.
Requiem. Oh, did I not use that for?
Ooh, Pitch Black Werewolf. Pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, we have stuff here. Does this stuff actually out your board? I don't think it does. Do we have any other option? I don't think we do. Alright, normal summon. Tribute for Seven's Road Witch. Fire off Seven's Road Witch. Hitch Rhynak to special summon Destroyer of Dragon Sorcerers. Set back row, go to battle phase, and attack over this. Pass. We got our hand empty, right? That's the most we can hope for a lot of the time.
Alright, I'll summon Kafraktos.
Yeah, this is a new one. When you normal summon this card this turn and have another face at dark attribute monster in your field, which you do, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, then you can, if you sent a monster to the graveyard, you can add a level 8 Galaxy monster from your graveyard to your hand. Okay.
I don't quite see the point of using this effect.
It depends if you just want more cards in the graveyard. And I guess you might hit a level 8 off his effect if you want one in your hand.
We will tribute.
Ooh, Hackathon Chair.
Activate Hackathon Chair.
The bird begins. Back to attack.
Battle.
Aha, but you should know, spellcasters are never far away.
Yep.
Guess we just roll them back. So we'll just get rid of it. We'll fire off Amazing Dealer, discarding 3 to draw 3. We'll then set 1, set 2, and then just go to battle. Try and get in for 4k, pass back.
And again, that's one normal summonable monster. Wonderful.
Ow. Well, I'll just fire off Stream, hit that one.
That's game. Again, I can't do anything.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when it goes that way. We'll get a game 3 either way. Alright, so we will start with Mystic Dealer. Fire off its effect. Pitch to draw. Then we'll summon out Philian Dwarf. Activate its effect in mill 2. Then we will set, and probably just pass on this. Globule. Double Globule. Elysium.
Activate the effect.
Aha, my legend card.
Of course.
So fire off dealer effect, pitch to draw. How do I actually out 2500 attack is the question. We'll flip this over. Can't use its effect because he was not normal summon this turn. Did we just do that? We'll summon Amazing Dealer, activate the effect, and pitch these three. Then... why can't I do this? What have I misread? Ah, that's what I've misread. Okay. In which case we have to just tribute. Just summon, activate the effect. Go to battle, attack over, and then get in for 27. And then pass back.
And I don't draw any big monsters, so... Yep, GG.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Just completely dog shit draws.
I mean, that's going to happen, isn't it, unfortunately? Sometimes Rush just decides to fuck you, and there's not a lot you can really do about it. Fortunately, we did get to see your new fusion. Or, did you get 2 new fusions?
No, just the one on.
It's the one, the spaceship guy, right? Who can bring back cards and... What's his other effect? It's like if you have Dark Hole in your graveyard, you do something.
Add a level 4 from graveyard to hand if you have Dark Hole. Special summon a level 8 from your graveyard.
I see. I mean, my deck was only on 2 new cards, which was the fusion, obviously we got to see, and also an equip spell that increases attack by 1000 for each equip spell on the board. So if you had your equip spell, I guess mine would have done a little bit more, and then just protects from trap destruction. Which I think is going to be a common theme going forward. I feel like having more options to pop back row and have protection from back row is just going to be such a big thing. Because I think even with the new sets, we're getting more and more of these, like, can't be destroyed by trap cards type effects, which I think is probably for the best, especially since, like we say, we're expecting every deck to be on Mirror Force now. And then, obviously, you know, some decks do have the in-archetype trap pops, which is also seems to be more and more common now. Like, I feel like a lot of archetypes now just have the whole, either if it's just pop one monster or, you know, the pseudo Mirror Force and popping all the monsters. So I think definitely having ways to kind of stem that a bit is definitely for the best. But yeah, GG, man.
GG.